what would we have done with Beetlejuice? We were all, it was the whole thing. My whole costume was green. I was in effect ruining the world.
Wow, David, way to go.
One and all, please join us in welcoming the incredible, I can't even keep it together. This is a lot. David Josefsberg. Oh my God, hello.
Hey, what's going on? I don't know what that voice was either.
It's okay. Well, this is crazy voices the whole show. Oh my God.
Crazy. No,
welcome back. This is so exciting.
So glad to be back. This is super fun, super exciting. I love you guys.
Aw, yay. This is such a thrill. What was it, Danica? Oh, the hearts.
Yep, hold on.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, my students tell me how to do that.
What's this doing in there? Oh, that's good.
That's good. And then there's like the K-pop one, which is like with the little finger. Right?
I don't know how to do that one.
Oh, yeah, totally. Absolutely. We're all learning things here today.
Whoa.
So last time we had you on, David, was right around, I think it was Groundhog Day. And now we have a whole bunch of other holidays we need to celebrate. Today, of course, being Austin 316 Day, Stone Cold Steve Austin, one of the best wrestlers in the entire world. So, David, we need to know, are you a wrestling fan? Are you wrestling adjacent? And are you familiar with the new show, The Last Match?
Oh, no. You're putting me on the spot. I'm from the days of like Jimmy Superfly Snuka and the British Bulldogs.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely.
I go back then. Now I will. I mean, I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun, but yeah, that was kind of like the most iconic era. It seems like a lot of wrestling or wrestlers in general always seem to say Jimmy Superfly Snuka is their number one of all time. So you picked a good one. You picked a good one. And are you familiar with The Last Match? I know I've seen a lot of stuff about it recently. I think it's coming to Broadway soon? ? Perhaps.
Oh gosh, no, I don't even know. No. But I've been lifting a lot of weight, so maybe this is a perfect time for me to get involved in this stuff, right?
Absolutely. The moment is now. The moment is now.
I love that.
Well, speaking of holidays, we also just passed Pi Day on obviously 3/14.
Yeah.
So, and of course, we would be remiss if we did not mention the Ides of March. So the first question being, who's your favorite monarch to stab? And second question being, what's your favorite kind of pie?
Ooh.
My God. I don't know who my favorite monarch to stab is.
Is it Caesar? I bet it's Caesar. He's asking for it.
I mean, sure, I'll go with Caesar. Thank you for feeding me, Caesar. I like it, but don't feed me, Caesar. I don't want it.
That's Titus Andronicus. That's different Shakespeare.
And my favorite pie, that's a really good question. What is my favorite pie? Oh, I love bananas. When I was a kid in high school, I was, you know how everyone has like their thing? I was like the banana eating guy. So let's go like a banana cream pie. Even though I do like an apple, like a good apple pie with some like nice ice cream. Mm-hmm. But banana cream, baby.
So going forward, the banana guy. I love it. Amazing. And finally, tomorrow, none of us are wearing green, so we are not yet prepared.
I kind of am.
Oh, okay. That's okay. You got one line of Beetlejuice on.
My underwear, my underwear is green.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, noted. Obviously, tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, so we were wondering if you have like a favorite Irish hymn or song, or even St. Patrick's Day tradition.
Well, Down to the Old Pub Instead was a great song that I learned from Stephen Lynch back in the day, but I don't know that we're even allowed to sing it anymore. I do. I mean, I love to make corned beef. So, and I forgot that it's tomorrow. So I'm going to go after we get off this phone. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go get me some corned beef, and I'm going to cook corned beef tomorrow night. My parents, mom, dad, they're listening, are coming. Maybe I'll have some corned beef for them.
There you go. And I was going to say, like, I had this whole thing with my mom yesterday. You know, you were just talking about Jewish mothers, how I explained to my mom, tomorrow I'm definitely going to go get corned beef and cabbage. And then she had to explain to me that kosher corned beef, very different than traditional.
Very different.
Yeah, it is. I don't have a preference. I don't, I'll have them both. But yeah.
Isn't brisket a piece? Hey, what's up, Mayor Hornick? Isn't brisket a piece of, like, isn't that the corned beef too?
Oh gosh! Now,
or am I making that up? I could be totally.
Yes, I think you are. I mean, but brisket is very delicious, and I look forward to having it every Passover. So that's kind of Just
Me
with that
too.
unleavened bread, you know.
Me too. Yes, of course.
Oof.
Of course.
Well, continuing with the Irishness theme, we could mention Finian's Rainbow. We could mention Once, or we can go the play route. Are you a McDonough or McPherson fan, or
I'm
any
a
of those folks?
once.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know you, but I love you all the more for that.
Oh.
What's happening?
You're so Irish.
Totally. Very Irish.
Clearly Irish.
I love it so much. Yeah, I was going through and I was like, well, we have, Once, we have Finian's Rainbow, and then of course, shout out to Riverdance. That is one of the greatest to ever do it. So
I saw it.
Did you really? Did you
did.
get how was it?
He was the Lord of the Dance, Michael Flatley. I mean, what else? What else is there?
Yeah, better than being Lord of the Flies. That is a totally different
Wow.
take on things. Okay, so to pivot ever so slightly, the last time I was in New York, I had the opportunity to see The Play That Goes Wrong, which is just one of the most incredible things of all time. And I know Peter Pan Goes Wrong is coming to Broadway shortly. I know it's in
previews.
It's in previews now?
Yes.
And I know they have the original cast coming. I wanted to know, David, what stage production would you like to see almost adapted in the same style of Going Wrong?
I think all of them would be so good. Let me think of a real good, like a play or a musical.
It could be anything. Any of them can go, because Peter Pan had some songs in it.
Peter, having flying is good, right? Because when that goes wrong, we can have some real exciting things.
Yeah.
What about Tarzan? I don't want to see. I mean,
then you got a Spider-Man turn off the dark.
That's what I was thinking. But didn't someone like really get hurt in that show? So I was like, I'm not going to say.
Right. Yeah.
What about something like easier, like something more simple where they really screwed up? Something that's like Annie Goes Wrong. Like, what the heck would happen with that?
Yeah, just dog. Like the dog
just goes rampant.
Sandy is just
the dog attacks everybody.
It's a person. Right. Yeah. Which also in my mind now, Danica, you maybe know where I'm going with this. When Danica and I were in middle school, we did a production of Into the Woods where Danica was my human embodiment of Milky White. And whenever I post pictures of this, people are like, you had a human as Milky White? I'm like, I sure did. My best friend in the entire world.
And I stole that show because I died with honor.
You did.
Milky White, the banana guy, and we're going to come up with something for you today.
Yeah, the night is young. We'll think of something. But I feel like Into the Woods Gone Wrong could be kind of fun too, right?
Yeah. With Rapunzel and the wig and the tower, and you get the ogre and you get the
people could be in the wrong. It could be the wrong people up there. You can be climbing up that could be. I could see that happening too.
Oh, yeah.
And now my brain just shifted, and I'm thinking Shrek Gone Wrong.
And he's like a crazy that could be bad. That could be bad.
Killer.
Like he didn't have enough time to fully get into makeup, and he's like on stage, like half Shrek'd. I don't know. My mom
half Shrek'd. I like that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of in that same line of thinking, what show do you think would benefit from or be fun as an adaptation in the same vein as Drunk Shakespeare? Because I just was there this last weekend and saw Drunk Shakespeare, and I was like, there's got to be other shows that this would be really fun to do with one person being completely hammered and everybody else sober.
I mean, pretty much every show I've ever done, that's been the case. You know what I'm saying? So what would be another show? You mean that the person, I actually did a show right next to Drunk Shakespeare in that theater, but I never have seen it.
Oh my God, it's excellent.
And is the concept everybody? Right. I know that everyone in the audience is drunk, but is the whole cast drunk too?
No, so they do a rotation. So it's one person every night, but they have. So what I saw was a 5-person Mackers, and they had the woman that was playing Lady McBee. She took 5 shots before they even started the show,
oh my
and
God.
Everybody was trying to like piece things together, and it was a riot.
That is just brilliant.
Yeah,
why can't that be a whole genre? Why does it have to be just the one show? You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. We got it. Let's roll out the titles.
Yeah.
Les Miserables, drunken Les Miserables.
It wouldn't hurt.
That wouldn't hurt that one, right? That one wouldn't hurt.
No.
Oh, how about the Phantom could be a real situation. No more talking in darkness. Forget what the hell. You got the mask off.
Right. I actually heard that if it does return to Broadway, it will be a drunken version. So
I mean, stay tuned, everybody. It's coming.
Stay tuned. Andrew Lloyd Webber, if you're watching, give us what we want, right? Give the people what they want. Okay.
Oh, that's it. Someone wrote back on our Annie theme. It's like a drunk Annie.
Hell
the kids.
Oh, drunk Annie. I love it. I also
drunk ones.
Yeah.
I also like this suggestion of Cocaine Shrek, which
like the bear.
Yeah, like the bear, which was phenomenal, fantastic. Highly recommend everyone. And I would love to see that as a musical adaptation. I think that would be pretty fantastic.
I would love to play the Cocaine Bear.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
What would like the 11 o'clock number be for Cocaine Bear?
Ooh.
It would have to be some sort of like disco club action, and then he's mauling people, and that's not the play that goes the Cocaine Bear that goes wrong.
Right.
That's just the true Cocaine Bear.
Right. It's all completely right. Like this is I'm into it.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Oh, all right. We're gonna pivot really hard this time.
We pivot a lot here.
All the way around.
I'm here to pivot. Who doesn't want to pivot? I like pivoting. I'll pivot.
Pivot, step, kick, turn. Okay, so we're going to do. So you mentioned last time that you're on. Are you on, or there's some connection to the Broadway softball league? Is that a thing?
Oh gosh, I mean, when you're in a show, then you play in the Broadway softball league. But
could you explain?
Yes. So, well,
those of us who don't understand the sports ball, what are sports?
So this particular brand of sports ball is called softball. You play it with a big softball and a bat, and there's just teams of either all the shows and all the unions have teams, and we get together on Thursdays, and there's like an early league, a mid league, and then an afternoon league. People who've been like Phantom or teams that have been there forever, and we play against each other, and it gets serious. Like people get hurt.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
So like who are some of the best
about this?
Say that again.
Does Equity know about this that you're getting hurt?
They do, and they're like when we're in like doing previews and stuff, everyone's like maybe a couple of you shouldn't be playing. I saw a person that he was a pitcher and he got smashed and his finger was like hanging off of his hand.
Womp.
So you're mentioning there's probably some good and bad teams. I wonder if Bad Cinderella is actually bad at softball, or if maybe they're good. I have questions.
Bad Cinderella. I wonder. I bet they'd be real light on their feet and flow like ready to go. I'm thinking they'd be good.
So what's been like the best softball team that you've been part of? Like
Motown was real. Well, actually, Wedding Singer was really good back in the day, but when you're a new show, you come in and you are in the early morning, so you get to play against some of the not as great teams. So we did really well. But Motown, I think we won, or maybe I came in the year after. I think we won. I'm going to say we won. If anyone's listening and says that is not true, then
you're
I know, tough.
Yeah.
And Motown was really good, yeah. And when the crew guys play, there's some ringers. You can bring some.
That sounds about right. I mean, you've got the rigging guys, and you've got
those
all the women welders,
arms.
and you're just like, yeah.
And then me, and I'm like, is there cheerleading in softball? Because I wouldn't want me around a bat or a ball or anything sport related.
That'd be terrible for me.
I mean, I think that there should be cheerleading for every sport. So yeah, sure, why not?
Perfect. We'll start.
There are usually, I mean, it is fun because the whole, even if you don't play, the whole cast usually comes. We get jerseys and we have hats, and everyone like plays around and is really excited. So it's a fun league.
I don't know.
That sounds real cute.
Yeah.
Danica, I'll ask your follow-up question. We wanted to know what is the hardest thing about being a Met and Jet fan?
How dare you? How dare you are all over my this is brand fresh off the presses on my Instagram.
Don't worry, we got more.
The hardest part of being a Met and Jet fan is like we're the underdogs. We were. I guess we still are. And everything seems to go we're the sorry lovable losers. I haven't won a championship in my life one time in 1986 when I was one. I don't know.
Of course.
So it's, it's hard. It's real hard because we have to, I chose not the giant corporate Yankees and the Giants because, I'm sure you two root for the underdogs, right?
Well, okay.
In real life, yeah. I don't know about scores.
And being from Miami, we have the Miami Dolphins. I mean, like, what was
it? And the Florida Panthers. We have the worst of the worst.
Well, no, the Panthers are doing well, but Miami Dolphins, I know we had the 77. Was that the year that we were like, we really did the thing with Don
Shula? Never lost, no losing.
Steakhouse. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I root for the underdog. I mean, I think like it's who you like, and I think when you actually go to a game, the food is absolutely delicious. So I think that's the perk.
Listen, I love the foods, and the Shea, not Shea Stadium. Now it's Citi Field. They have some great. They used to have bacon on a stick. Ooh. Who doesn't love bacon on a stick? Yeah,
kosher people maybe, but besides that, yeah, brisket people. I don't know, but I'm into it. Okay, so we are pivoting again. Pivot. So, okay, we already talked a little bit about Phantom, but I'm kind of shocked that I didn't know this, and I learned this yesterday, and I was reading about why the logo for Phantom of the Opera's, like the mask, is different from the actual mask that they use in the production. And apparently the actors that played Phantom said the full mask that takes up most of the face gives them less, space to emote as the character, which is why I guess they went with half of the mask, right? It's a whole new world. We're learning things. I wanted to know, is there any interesting, weird, or fun theater facts that you can share with us?
Interesting theater facts. I gotta think about that. Like, what's? Give me a genre. Like, what kind of thing can we talk about? I'm trying to go through like the shows that I've been in.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so maybe you can tell us a little bit about. I'm going to call it a trapdoor. I don't know what it's entirely called, but maybe when you were first rehearsing for Beetlejuice and you and Barbara went through the door, was that a scary situation? What's really under there?
So we were like, look, we really like to work like the realness. So we asked for a 25-foot drop.
Mm-hmm. No.
Okay. I'm like, yeah. Wow.
And then we died.
I'm still stuck on the Phantom because I was thinking like with this, I'm a face making guy. So I would be like, just like maybe just have something just over my eye, right? Because I'm like, I got to show how in pain I am as the Phantom of the Opera. So let me think. So, okay, I can tell you this. It's really it's interesting because it's about 4 feet down. 4 feet? Yeah. And the first thing you do is you leave it's open. And you just jump in, and it's and then you like get up, come back up. It's still scary, but then they put this piece of like paper that you jump through, and for some reason the very same jump is like so fear-inducing because you can't see where you're going, so you just have to go like, okay, I'm just jumping through this hole, and I'm gonna go right through this, and we do it, and then they do it again when they put the carpet on top. And then you're like, okay, I can't see anything. I don't know. You have to look for a light in the corner to make sure, like as you're singing and we're doing this scene, there's a light that's like, it goes from yellow to green that says like, you're good. And sometimes if it goes a little late, you're like, I am acting so much and singing and the light hasn't changed. What the hell am I going to change? Jump.
My heart would be beating out of my chest. That's a lot to be conscious of in the moment. Yeah.
Yeah. And Carrie would be very, very nervous.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
do you have like spikes on the stage or anything where it says like, this is the edge of the hole? Like, or is it just the hole of the carpet or
so there's a carpet and then there's like, you can see the outline of it and the carpet where it breaks open. And then there are 2 little X's that we're supposed to aim for.
Okay.
But
again, there would be spikes because I would be losing my mind.
But when you go on with understudies, right? Like, they know they can do it in rehearsal, and sometimes they don't even get much rehearsal. But you know what happens when your heart is beating real fast and that's about to come. I got crushed before by somebody like in there, and people have you could get hurt in there.
Oh my goodness!
It's good practice for like in the WWE, when I get smashed with chairs and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I knew it would all come together.
We're bringing it back.
This all makes sense now. Another thing I became like obsessed with recently on TikTok, I went down this weird rabbit hole of I guess what they call no flies in Wicked. Like when Elphaba, I guess sometimes at the last minute during Defying Gravity, when something like last second doesn't happen, and instead of going up in the air when she sings that note, she just stays on the ground. This is totally just random and different. I don't know why I'm bringing this up, but I've been obsessed with like watching these no flies. So David, was there ever like a crazy moment in any production for you when you had to immediately change something on the fly? Like you didn't know until that moment.
Oh, yes, so many things. Like this happened in Beetlejuice where Carrie didn't go up in the air when she was flying as the thing. Mm-hmm. There was in Honeymoon in Vegas we all had that, right? No fly. Like, don't do this trick. It's too dangerous. There's many of those things.
Right.
I mean, there's been a couple of things, but do you know Nancy Opal?
Mm-hmm.
So
you're in town. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. And she played also in Honeymoon in Vegas. She played Rob McClure's mom. And in the end, she came flying in on on one of those kind of things, one of those Peter Pan. Let's bring it all back. One of those Peter Pan flying in. And she was like, Betsy loves you. Something. Betsy loves you. And she came in and she flipped upside down. And because she's such a crazy professional, like they should have stopped and brought her down. She just upside down flipping, just kept singing the show, just kept going on. And like finally people went back and held her down. In Les Mis, a huge one. In Les Mis, there's this thing, when you're fighting at the barricade. This is the one that was probably before you guys were born. The old Les Mis, and so there was this giant barricade that would move in a circle, and we'd be fighting them behind it. But no, it didn't move. So everyone's like, grab anything you can. So we ran off stage, grabbed like little things and hid behind it and pretended we were fighting behind this little like a pillow or something crazy. So that was one of my favorite ones though. Cause you're like, you're on Broadway, but you're a kid acting up like you're making it up as you go along. Super fun.
That is so amazing. Vincent just brought up, and I did I watched a video about it, but I guess there was a mishap in Sweeney Todd, which I guess just opened, where I don't want to spoil anything, but Sweeney Todd's a murderer. And I guess when one of the people was supposed to slide down the chair broke. And so instead of him sliding down the chair to the basement, he had to, after he was RIP, had to walk across the stage as a corpse and make his way to his spot. So I would love to see that happen. Like I would love to see
magic of live theater.
In my head, there's something like I had to do something where I was like sneaking somewhere. I can't remember. There was another one that wasn't not as funny, but Lend Me a Tenor. It's so it's a comedy and your doors and slamming and doors open and slam and you go through back and forth and back and forth. And so one of the door handles came off. So we had to stop the show because it was early on and so things had live theater. Oh, that's what it is.
Banana.
Back to Honeymoon in Vegas. So we're doing it at the paper mill and I'm supposed to be on an airplane at one point singing a song and I was in the bathroom and I missed my entrance. So I did that very thing of like, I snuck like on from the side of the stage into the airplane and was like,
oh, David.
I can fly. I forgot.
Is that like the literal definition of the actor's nightmare? Like you're in the bathroom and
horrific. I was like, I hear something. I'm supposed to be saying things. Your body knows. And it was like, oh, and I'm
willing to bet that your sound engineer is like, his mic's on. Why am I hearing a toilet flushing? Because they know you're supposed to be on stage. Totally. So your mic is on.
Yes. Not good. Not good.
I love where this is going. Okay. Go ahead, Danica.
Oh boy. Oh my. Okay. I guess this is also a pivot. So
pivot.
If you had your own book of the recently deceased and you could visit one dead celebrity to have a conversation with, who would it be and why?
Ooh, good one.
That's a great question. I don't know why. I'm sure there's 50, But right now in my head was Kobe Bryant.
Oh.
It doesn't make, the only reason why I'm thinking that is because I've been watching a lot of like positive, my Instagram is filled with positivity and working hard. And I think that he was, aside from things that happened earlier in his life / career, he embodied what, living life to its fullest and getting what you want and working hard. I don't think I'm going to come up with like 15 more in the next 5 minutes that are really what I'm thinking about, but that's just what popped into my head.
Just throw them out as they come to you.
What do you have?
Okay, so God, I feel like it'd be a really interesting conversation. The first person that just came to my head is Kurt Cobain. I'd really like to kind of see what his process was, but I don't know. I don't know how good of a conversation that would necessarily be, but I would try to keep up. Shmanica, what you got?
Dali.
Oh,
I think I would go with Salvador Dali. He's my favorite.
Ooh, nice.
And he was a weird fucking dude. And that is right up my alley. And I want to know all those weird quotes that came out of his head. The kind of mind that comes out of is just, I would love to sit and just listen to him talk.
That's a good answer. And he worked with Alice Cooper, which makes him even cooler. So yeah, I'm into that. When
Billy Joel dies, I would like to see him.
You can do that beforehand,
Sorry, Billy.
Yeah. Okay. Billy Joel had a musical, right? Moving Out, right?
Yeah. I saw that too. I saw that.
Oliver and Company.
Oh yeah. Oliver and Company.
Why should I worry?
Yeah.
Why should I care? Yeah, come on.
Are you familiar with it, David? It was the animated version of Oliver with a cat and a dog. So the cat was Oliver and the dog was Dodger.
And he wrote it?
Yeah, I guess he did the music for it.
He did the music for it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, MLK. I mean, that would be a great one. I like that.
There's no wrong answers. And like you said, there's probably a gazillion people. Yeah, we'll keep throwing them out.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last time we were on here, we kind of started to talk about your breathwork class. And I believe at that time, you also had Elizabeth that was participating with you. And this weekend you have Kate.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about Kate in general? Because I know right now she's on the tour. She's Delia.
Sure. Yeah. And in between, I mean, I want to give a shout out to my Carrie Butler because we sang Suddenly Seymour together. Any casting people out there, we sang
Just saying.
Little Shop of Horrors, Suddenly Seymour together. 20 years ago, I auditioned to be in Little Shop of Horrors with her, but Bobby Strong from Urinetown stole the part from
Hunter.
Damn you, Hunter. And he's in my fantasy baseball league, and he just stole one of the players from me to bring it full circle.
Damn it, Hunter.
Damn it, Hunter. Wait, what was the real question?
Who do you think you are, Hunter Foster?
What did I ask?
About Breathwork. So Kate Marilli is playing Delia on the road. She's fantastic. We did the prom together as well. She was an understudy. I was an understudy. And she went on for... Oh, come on. Don't do this to me, Brain. Don't do it to me.
Brain.
She went on for the lead with no rehearsal because my friend who played the lead, her name being Beth Level, got sick, like massively throwing up 5 minutes before show. And this was like in previews. And Kate, nailed it. So I'm really excited. I'm excited to have a guru at Breathwork, and she's going to wail. She's awesome.
Amazing. Yeah, that's so fun. Yeah, people are commenting about the breath workshop. I need to take it because last time when Steve was here as well, we mentioned it's something we want to do. So yeah. I'm still very interested.
You come on Saturday. I promise. I keep forgetting. I will send you. Let me write down. I'll send you the link. You just come.
Okay. I'll be there.
Yeah, anyone there can come.
Yes.
Okay.
Done.
It's really fun. It's really. It reduces stress, and we got it's like 3 things where I don't even remember what it's called. Like we're reducing. Hold on, I'm gonna even tell you just because it's going to be the biggest thing that will ever happen to some people. It's where is this? Meetings. It's releasing worry. Who doesn't want to release worry? Finding forgiveness and bringing in joy.
Hey, I will definitely be there. Cool.
And David, this sounds like all the things that a Jewish mother once again wants to instill in the children. So I do appreciate that very much. You know.
Wait, you think that they want to help release the worry?
No, they're the ones causing it, right?
I'm just kidding, Mom. Just kidding, Mom.
So this is why we need to take the breath workshop. So would you say people outside of the entertainment field would also benefit from taking the workshop?
Oh gosh, yeah. It's got nothing to do. It's not for, I mean, sure, performers can do it. And I know a lot of them do it because, you know why? Because we're stressed the hell out.
What?
And what this really does, what this really does, it's a breathing technique, it's called Broadway breathwork. People get confused, I think. They're like, do I have to sing? Is this about singing? I bring someone in, or I sing myself, a fancy Broadway folk, to come in and like entertain before we do the breathing. And the breathing technique is really, it's something that helps you shut off your brain for a minute to, because everything, what do we do? We're on our phones. We're all over the place. This allows you to connect to your truth, to the things that bring you joy, to your heart, shutting this off, the brain that talks about your past, and it gets rid of all that for like 30 minutes. And it stays with you for quite a while. I do it every Sunday. Well, I mean, I take a specific class with my wife every Sunday too.
That sounds lovely. That sounds what like most people in this world need right now. It's so hard. I mean, like I lay in bed at night and I think about a weird conversation I had with someone in 4th grade. It's like, that's all back there. So if I could just shut that off for like a nanosecond, that sounds good. And
then try having kids who are going through heartaches like you did when you were a kid. And then you have to deal with that too. Ooh, that's not easy.
Fair enough. Okay. We'll be there.
Awesome.
You heard it here first.
All right. So again, we're really good at pivoting on the show. We're going to pivot.
You got a really perfect pivot because you got 2 different color hair.
There it is.
Boom.
Funny story. When I went to Drunk Shakespeare, I got called the love child of Anna Taylor-Joy and Harley Quinn by the performers. I was like,
she's only a little less crazy than Harley, but just slightly.
I'll take it. Anyway, pivot. I wanted to continue the conversation that y'all started about superstitions in theater, because y'all mentioned the ghost light, and just so happens that I did a show, actually Steve was on that show, where we talked about all the different types of superstitions in theater. And I wondered if there are any that you abide by or think are really, really out of left field and ridiculous, or any that you're like, well, I don't believe it, but if somebody else does, I will do the thing.
Yeah. So the superstitions, like they're just like you don't eat meat on Fridays because the fish boats would come in. There was a reason to do that. Like you don't whistle in the theater because someone who's up there did. So now that's a superstition, right? And maybe something happened when someone said, meh.
Oh, I know the longer lore of that one.
Yeah, you could say it. Tell everyone.
Okay, so weirdly, of course, being written with in mind that witchcraft was horrible and terrible and scary, and we had like effectively the first witch trials because of King. I've just forgotten which king that is. Edward? No.
I don't know, but I want to stab him in the face.
Don't worry, he gets his. It's not Duncan. But because of the king at the time, which is why Shakespeare wrote it in that way, and effectively it was because he put supposedly that the rhymes that the witches say are actual curses. So I know, and this was the lore, is that when you spoke it on stage, that's what brings the witchcraft out. Yeah. So
and I don't necessarily. I mean, I buy. I would never say it or do any of the superstitions. Just as my Jewish side's like, just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case. I don't want to do it. I'm not gonna say the play. I'm not gonna whistle. I'm gonna just toy and spit and do something around, whatever that one is. What are some other ones? I don't really even know them.
Let's see. Never wearing peacock feathers on stage. Yes.
You know what?
It's because they look like eyes. They're considered the evil eye. So if you wear them on stage, then you are the one who's cursed.
I got a new stage game.
Okay.
That's what we're going to do. We're going to call it Evil Eye, and whoever's carrying the thing is going to have to show it to somebody where no one. Yes, things like this do happen sometimes.
I love it. I'm
going to create. If I'm ever in another Broadway show, that's what I'm playing.
Well, you will
take full credit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. Danica's Peacock.
Ooh. Oh my God. Slipping. Love it. Love it. Yeah, I haven't heard that one before either, Danica.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
There's one about wearing green on stage, and it became a real thing because of being lit with gaslight, and that it would discolor you and you would look kind of dead anyway. But that certain dyes were poisonous. So like the green dyes were made with toxic chemicals. So there's like reasons behind all this. Mirrors on stage is another one.
What would we have done with Beetlejuice? It was the whole thing. My whole costume was green. I was in effect ruining the world.
Wow, David, way to go. To me and to all of us, I think you made the world so much better. So
yeah, there's plenty of other weird ones out there, but
yeah, you had like the reverse effect. I think you broke the curse is what happened here.
There you go.
Yeah. Danica, why don't we each ask one more question and then we'll go to the game?
Cool.
Do you want to go first or want me to go first?
You go first.
Me go first? Okay.
Yeah.
So Danica and I, before this, we were talking about Broadway revivals. And obviously right now, Funny Girls on Broadway. And we were just curious if there's a Broadway revival that you would like to see.
See?
Or like be in. Like see as in like see happen.
Oh, see happen.
Yes.
Yes, Honeymoon in Vegas. That went away too fast. It went away.
They always do,
fast.
Yeah.
I know it was too, but the weather was bad and it was bad. It could have been done again. Tony Danza, who doesn't want to see that? What other real awesome shows? Look, I don't necessarily want to see it, but I've never been in Fiddler. This Jew is, I think we said it last time, has never been in Fiddler on the Roof.
Okay.
Solid.
So that's one. Yeah. What else you got? What do you want to see?
The Producers.
Oh, I like.
And I feel like you would be great in The Producers.
I got to do that here in Paper Mill with like the guy. It was like such a great team. It was like half the guys had done it on Broadway, and then the director was. Oh my gosh! Names. As soon as I start to think of a name, the name.
Gone.
But it was super awesome, and it was so much fun.
Yeah, Producers would probably be my. What about you, Danica?
Hair, someone says.
Ooh, yeah, hair with more
Jekyll and Hyde.
Ooh, Jekyll and Hyde's good.
Really?
Yeah, it is. I'm. Don't tell my students. I'm directing it next year.
Cool.
And it is still by far one of my favorite shows. Don't tell my students. You're telling my students.
Yeah, he's live tweeting. I know Constantine. I would have loved to have seen him. Yeah.
I got to do Wedding Singer with Constantine. He was very sweet, guys. It was a lot of fun.
He was on the stream before. We had for some reason, I don't know why, every time people are on here, we talk about bears, but he knew a lot of facts about bears for some reason. Not cocaine bears, just the regular kind.
Regular kind of bears.
Yeah, he's fabulous. Somebody said Waitress. Yes.
Oh, that was one of my, Ogie. I've gotten to play some really amazing, I am blessed to have played some great parts in my life. And Ogie and Adam Maitland, just all just really lucky and so grateful.
Well, and I can't wait to see all the parts that you're going to be playing soon. So
if I was a rich man,
oh my God, Fiddler rap. Oh my God, yes.
Fiddler goes wrong, or does it go right? Yo.
I will say this, David, this just reminded me of my wedding. So I'm sure you did it at your bar mitzvah. You go up in the chair, right? You went up in the chair. At my wedding, so we had two different type of chairs. We had one type of chair that was had a weird fabric on it. And we had a special chair put aside for when my husband and I went up. Oh. And somebody grabbed the wrong chair and I slid out of the chair.
And she's so short that it was like a 4-foot drop to the ground.
Yeah.
You get hurt?
Not really, but my shoes flew off.
Oh,
So
no.
It was kind of fun.
Like Cinderella.
exactly, but not bad. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe it was bad.
Nick, sorry, my fault.
Yeah, it was.
It was a little bit Nick's fault.
Yeah. No. It was nobody's
My
fault.
husband.
It was a mishap.
That's funny.
All right, Danica, you got one more.
Yes,
We'll go to the
so-
game.
Speaking of roles, what are some roles you would never want to play? If you were offered the role today, you would be like, oh, sorry, I can't do that.
Well, Mrs. Doubtfire. It would just be, it's so much like, because I was supposed to cover him before I got his role. I was supposed to be Mrs. Doubtfire understudy. Can you think of something more scary than understudying that role and having to go on and do everything that Rob McClure did?
Yeah.
All right, so that's one. That's one I could definitely drop off the list. What are some other shows? I can't think of anything that's terrible. I'll come up with that too. Let me ask one of my friends who's passed away that I really want to talk to, and then we can. I'll come up with another show.
Perfect. Lovely.
What else, though? Let me think. You know what? I guess I don't want to. No, that's not a good one. Love to know how you became involved with Stephen Lynch.
Oh yeah.
We could talk about. Do you guys know Stephen Lynch?
Yes, of course.
He's awesome. So when I was a kid, my parents showed me two things. They showed me a chorus line, and they showed me Stephen Lynch, and I was like, I love both. And I actually went on tour with Stephen Lynch for 5 years. We did Wedding Singer together, and we played poker every day. And I wrote, how shall we say, like an off-color album myself. And I did a show of it with my friend at whatever used to be like 54 Below, something like that. And he came and seen me. He's like, hey, you want to come on tour with me? And I was like, yes, you're like one of my huge idols. And so we went around the United States. We went around all the Sweden, Norway, Germany, all the countries. It was great. It was like a great 5-year pause. But during those 5 years, that's when like Andy Carl and people like that all started to become big and famous. And I had to restart my career.
Details.
Well, I was going to say, after the last time you were on, my husband and I went through and we watched a bunch of your Stephen Lynch stuff.
Oh, God.
The two of y'all. Oh, it's so, you're just this little innocent boy, David, and seeing you say those words, we learned a few things.
Nobody who's listening today, please do not go and look up these things. I am a nice dad of 2 young boys. I shoved my feet. No, I don't. I'm not going to say that.
It's brilliant. I love it. So fun. You've had such a cool life, David. Like this is, I love it. Amazing.
Awesome. Yeah.
All right. So it is time for the game. You did great last time. I believe last time you got, wait, what did you just do? What was that?
I don't know. I cheers my drink with some, someone gave me some focused energy, like something. I think you light it on fire.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. That's what Stone Cold does. That's why I thought you were doing that. Because it's
Stone Cold.
Yeah. I was like, you know more than you're leading on here, David. That was so Stone Cold of you. Oh my God.
I think in the past 10 years, I've been to some WWE event. Like I've been to some events.
They're fun.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They're a good time.
Yeah.
I also got married in a wrestling ring. So besides falling out of the chair, got married in a wrestling ring by Mick Foley, who's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Oh man.
How cool.
So yeah, for sure. Okay. So here we go. Game of Would You Rather. There's no wrong answers. And Danica, you want to go first or you want me to go first?
Sure.
You go first.
There's
All right.
pictures of, I love it. I love
Oh, right. Oh, would you rather have to wrap all your thoughts in the style of Hamilton or always wear kinky boots?
I mean, both of these are really awesome. I love me some boots, but I think that I would love to be rapping thoughts. That's so, I love that. Even Stephen Lynch has a song about the songs in your head. It's cool right there.
Done. Great answer. Good answer. I feel like I don't think I could wear the kinky boots either. That's hard.
No.
I'm going to wear the kinky boots while rapping my thoughts in the style of Hamilton.
That
You're
is
so strong.
impressive.
I couldn't do it.
Very
I
impressive.
swear to God, my heels are hurting. The blisters are squirting. Wait, what?
Oh my
We're on
gosh.
the right path.
Love. Okay. Here's the next one. This one's in the vein of the holiday for tomorrow. So here we go. Would you rather
Would
Is
I
it going to
have
come up or am I just, okay. Do a performance after having an Irish pint, or would you rather have to do a performance after eating an Irish boiled dinner?
Pint. Please. When I was younger,
1 pint.
that's all I'll say about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't eat like that anymore in between shows. That would be, I'd be like, not a good situation. That would be like Beetlejuice goes,
Okay, fair enough. A pint it is.
but the food looks good there.
I think that's corned beef and cabbage and potato.
It sure is. The cabbage looks like you just took a head of cabbage, though. It doesn't look like it's done right.
Do better. Do better.
There you go.
All right, Danica.
All right. Would you rather
Oh, God.
I love this game.
break out into La Vie Boheme 1 time a day or break out into Jellicle Cats 1 time a day?
Today's of inspiration, playing hooky, making something out of nothing. The need to express.
Communicate, going against the grain. I might know all the words still. It's fine.
Me too.
Yeah. Okay.
I know every word. I used to I was a crazy Freak fan back in the day, and I would,
Us too, definitely.
I think when I was doing Les Mis, we'd get back and we'd get hammered and just scream out the whole show all the time. Rent for the win.
Amazing.
For Jellicle Cats. No, I don't know about that one.
Jellicle Cats. Jellicle Cats. I love the costumes for cats. I think that would just be fun to wear. But I'm into it. I would like to see Rent maybe make a return, maybe a Rent revival, or is it too soon?
Hell yeah.
The only reason why I don't care as much about that, I would love that as well, but I'm just too old to be in it. So
are you?
Who am I going to be? Mark's father? Or
well,
Roger, this is your father.
I mean, I could.
That's fair enough. Okay, Mark's father. Okay, here's the next one. Would you rather go back in time and attend a Shakespeare play at the original Globe Theater, or travel 300 years into the future?
Holy sh! Are you allowed to curse on this show? I forget.
Yeah, sure. It's fine.
Holy cow. Man, both of those are awesome. I mean, as an actor, I should say the Globe, right? I knew that. Even someone just said Globe, please. I think I'm going to go, but I want to see what's going on. Well, do we really want to know what's going on in the future in 300 years? Is anything going to be here? But I've been watching all those TV shows, all those great shows that are on now about Station 11 and watching The Last of Us. I'm going to go into the future.
Okay, perfect. I love it. You and Doc Brown also coming to Broadway, and I cannot freaking wait to see that.
Oh my God, that's right.
Yes, I cannot wait. The Last of Us. Are you caught up, David?
Yeah. Yes.
I didn't see the last episode yet.
Can you believe that?
Yeah,
I will kill you.
Such a brilliant show. Oh my God.
Did you watch Station 11 too?
I have not seen Station 11. No.
I love that.
Ooh. Do you watch Ted Lasso?
I did, but we didn't start this. My wife fell asleep and we didn't watch the new season yet.
Yeah, I haven't started it either, but yeah. I'd like to see a musical adaptation of Ted Lasso. Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh, yes. I played Jamie Tart.
Oh my God, such a good show.
I don't think I'd be
into the universe. It's going to happen.
I think you could be Ted Lasso.
No, I could be Ted's next. Well, Rob will be Ted Lasso, so I could be.
Don't let him get all the good stuff.
No, you can be Ted. He can be Beard.
Yeah. I like it.
Done. All right. Yeah. Go ahead, Danica.
Oh, me. Would you rather do The Amazing Race with Leslie Kreitzer as a partner, or do Nailed It with Alex Brightman as a partner? He's done. We broke him.
Oh my God. Oh shoot.
Oh darn it.
Oh darn it. Oh my God. I think Leslie and I would be. I am terrible with directions, and we would have. Let's go with Leslie on this one.
Okay.
I'm going to do The Amazing Race. I tried out for The Amazing Race with my wife back 30 years ago when it first started or something. And they were like, these two seem a little too nice for what we're looking for here.
Well, good news. It is currently casting. So if you're interested again, it is, I know.
Tell Leslie.
Hey,
I think that's
Leslie.
So fun. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Here's the next one.
I don't want to stop. I love these.
Okay. Well, we got a couple more. So I think we got 3 more. Okay. Here's the next one. Would you rather live in the town that Waitress is set in, or live in the town that Grease is set in? Is Grease the word?
I thought bird was the word.
Oh.
Bird is the word. I think, yeah, I'm gonna go back to the Greasers, man. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a good time. That's a good one.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, what am I doing? What am I doing in the Waitress town? Getting caught, like sitting at the coffee shop every day, eating like an omelet? What are we doing?
Having an affair, what what people do in that town.
You could have a banana cream pie.
Oh, that's right. We love the pies.
Right.
Yeah.
You can open up and
Yeah.
Open it up.
Oh man, I would cry in that show too.
Mm-hmm.
A big crier. Big crier. Grease. What's up, Lolo Frosty 21? Lolo Frosty 21. We're going to Grease together.
All right. Grease it is. All right. Danica.
Or me. Okay. Would you rather have your own personal life guru who makes all of your big decisions for you, like Otho, or be able to summon anyone in the world by saying their name 3 times?
Colby Bryant. No, I don't know. I would definitely rather summon anybody in the world by saying their name 3 times. That'd be fun.
Dangerous.
I do love me some Kelvin. Oh,
yeah. Oh, look at Kelvin. Wait.
I know.
What is that from?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I like both the short hair and long hair.
It's because that's not from SpongeBob.
Someone asked me, what if they were in the bathroom when you summoned them?
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Oh.
What if they're about to go on stage and they're in the bathroom about to get
I'd be like, hey, do me a favor. You got to put me back a few minutes later a few minutes earlier on the airplane.
It doesn't say anything about getting them back, though. It just sounds like you say their name, they arrive, and then they have to figure out transportation.
And then they're with me all the time. He's like, hey, so you want to play some hoops? I'm like, no, I don't anymore. Kobe.
Go to bed, Kobe. God.
I know. We wake up at 2 and we start working out for the first time. We work out again at 5. Kobe.
Obsessive fan said the photo is from Beetlejuice.
Oh.
Is it?
That's cool. He's looking
good. God, that's a beautiful photo.
Yeah, but he is wearing green. I did want to point that out. So
there's a lot of green in that shot.
Anyone was scared. All right, we've reached the final one, David. This one, I would love to hear your reasoning behind. So if you don't mind,
one of our
David,
favorites.
Would you rather be a reverse centaur or be a reverse merman?
Holy sheep dip. Oh my God. So, I mean, it's obvious from the picture that I would have to be the reverse centaur.
Oh, I thought you were going the other. It's obvious I want to be the blobfish.
Obviously, yeah, I should have. You're right. I should have done. Wait, someone said that photo shoot is from Beetlejuice? No, I'm just kidding. I know it's about I mean, I feel like I relate more to the reverse merman. That's Ethel Merman there. Wait, can I swim in there? Can I swim?
I don't know what you can do with that. I don't.
Look at those. Wait, how would I even? I feel like that horse, the front of my horse would be so heavy. At least I could like flop in the water as the reverse merman. I'm trying to talk myself into the merman.
The merman's making me like really depressed. He looks like he needs some Broadway breath work.
He looks like he would be like, look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wasn't you thinking my collection's complete? That's weird. I know, it's very weird.
That is his voice, though.
Yeah.
That's okay. So we're going centaur.
Centaur.
Great answer. Ethel Merman is the best thing I've ever heard on the stream in 3 years.
Nice.
That was
so. Yeah, I love Ethel Merman.
Yeah.
Why the blobfish and not a cute fish? I don't know.
We've done so many of them. I've never seen the blobfish before, and it's hurting my soul.
Yeah, can we get the blobfish out of here, please?
I mean, Ethel has nice pecs, though. Look at those pecs. Where does the fish start and the human end?
That's always the question.
Well, I don't know. But I'm disturbed. So I feel like Jude's leaving this up on the screen longer than it needs to be. You could take it off anytime now, Jude. Just whenever you'd like to remove this from the screen.
You could put up that other photo you found, Jude.
What's that thing called again? Oh, feet. I don't know what's happening.
Flipping.
You sound like Grog from Vox Machina. Oh, what's that thing called?
See, we started with voices. We're going to end with voices, right?
It always somehow does come full circle. I think we pivoted. What is it? 180 or is it 360 degrees? I've never been good at math.
360 at least.
Okay,
well, we've done one. We've done like 9, 367, 20, 1,000. I don't know. A lot.
There's math involved. Nope.
So many degrees. This has been such a joy, David. Thank you so much. Before we do wrap it up and release you back into the real world, any final thoughts you want to leave us with here?
Any final thoughts? Well, I mean, I'll just talk about how I love you guys, and I'll do this anytime. You're so much fun. There's so many interesting questions. I'm the one learning things here. I learned about I have a new game to bring to Broadway. Not the pigeon. I almost called it a pigeon. The Danica Peacock. Mm-hmm. It will be played. So at some time,
FaceTime me when that happens.
Yeah.
Although it really is bad luck. So what if something what if you really
just don't do it on within the show? You can do backstage.
Oh, no, it's got to be on stage.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, as long as the curtain doesn't go up.
No, the curtain is wide.
This is his game now, Danica.
Playing with fire. I don't know,
That's
man.
the fun of it, and now it's going to be your fault. No, but I love you guys. So, seriously, thank you for having me. It's super fun, and my mom loves it, so that's great.
Shout out to your mom. Shout out to all moms. And just
shout out to moms.
Shout out to everyone. Thank you so much, David. My face hurts from smiling and laughing so much. And you said we learned a lot here today. And I guess all I can say before we wrap it up is banana. Until we meet again, love you guys so much. We'll see you guys real soon. Be safe, everybody.
Bye, Ethel Merman.